Okay, so do you remember a few days ago when I remade my oldest video, which is the top 10 best worst films of all time, in my opinion, for my channel's 1 year anniversary? Well, guess what? I'm remaking another one of my old videos, the top 10 best films of all time, in my opinion, as well. Because why the hell not? Let's get to it. Number 15, The Social Network. This movie is about the creation of Facebook, and it really has some of the best performances in I've ever seen in a long time. All the characters are really like some of them are so unbelievably evil, like Mark Zuckerberg, who's played brilliantly by Jesse Eisenberg. Like Jesse Eisenberg, I know this may seem offensive to the actor. I know he's a great actor, but he usually has a hit role of playing the geek or the nerd or the underdog in films. But in this film, he takes complete control of the movie in his own hands as he plays an unlikable, insipid, awful person. But that's not the only great performance. Justin Timberlake, Army Hammer, as well as all the other supporting performances are just downright amazing. Plus, it's brilliantly shot, brilliantly directed, brilliantly edited, lighted, and just all around brilliantly brilliant. That's all I can really say about it. Number 14, Rocky. This is one of the few Best Picture movies I've seen, and my god, it is the Best Picture movie I've seen. Like, oh my god, this movie is so powerful. It's the perfect way to do an underdog story without seeming like it's pandering to an audience. Now, this movie was made with a budget of $960,000, really low budget, not less than $1 million, but it still has a really powerful plot and characters. I love almost everything about this movie. The characters, the plot, the music. Oh my god, the freaking music. The training montage, the final fight, the ending. Everything about this movie is just so, oh my god, amazing. There's one criticism I had to point out is that the introduction scene, the way Rocky is able to get into Adrian is kind of weird. Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't know. But yeah, also I forgot to mention a bad thing about The Social Network. It's too sexual. Yeah. Number 13, Rio. Now, I know it might seem very weird for me to rank an animated movie about talking birds higher than two powerful emotional uh powerhouses of movies. One made with a very big budget and the other made with basically nothing. But it's like I don't care. It's my opinion. I can do whatever the hell I want with this. This movie is just simply like, oh my god, it's so good, great, amazing. Like, first off, it's a very interesting. Uh, Blue and Jewel have a very nice dynamic between each other. It's not overdrawn like other romance movies, and unlike other romance movies, actually this is actually good. Plus, I really love the animation. It's really expressive, colorful, and really presents what Rio is like. And also is not in shaming of presenting a more horrific side of Rio, especially of Brazil. Especially, the bird capturing and selling and smuggling and friggin' killing. I love all the movie's characters. I love all the animation. I love all the expressions, and I love most of the songs. God, the songs are so good, except for one. And that one bad song, the one by Jermaine Clement, the guy, the Tamatoa guy. That's the only song that I would consider bad because it's just such a pain in the ass. But yeah, great movie, best movie from Blue Sky Studios, one of the best animated movies, and I still think Jewel is hot. Yeah, so sue me. Number 12, Rocky 2. Yeah, I'm ranking the sequel higher than the original. They're basically the same amount of quality, except for some reason, I think that this film is more powerful, more endearing, more more amazing, more beautiful, more unbelievably inspiring than the first. But I even though I give both these movies nines, I still think that this movie is just a little bit better because it really focuses on more of the life aspect of Rocky after getting married to Adrian, and you know Adrian is gonna have a kid, and that she's gone into a coma. Spoilers. Whoops, did I spoil the movie for you? Whoopsie doopsie. So, but yeah, like the music in this film is, oh my god, it's so good. The guy who composed the music in this movie, in this Rocky 1, 3, not 4, and 5, is like, oh my god, the music in this is so damn good. But yeah, this I love this movie. I love it more than the first. Great atmosphere, great characters, really emotional story, powerful message, inspiring ending. It's just an all around great movie. Like, oh my god, I don't even know what to say about it that no one else has said about this and the first one before. Warning, flashing lights for the next one, Lilo and Stitch. Oh, whoops, did I forget to mention this is number 11? How silly of me. This is the second take I've done of this. I'm not taking another take. Look at the frickin' time. Yeah, I don't care what you say. This is the best Disney animated movie. I don't, like... I'm surprised this won Best Animated Feature. I mean, don't get me wrong. Spirited Away is amazing. It's definitely my top 20 favorite, but I'm doing top 15 because, screw life. But I just love this movie. It's so emotional, so beautifully animated, so heartwarming, so mean-spirited in some areas. And I love that it's perfectly combined science fiction with just real life Hawaii. I just love this movie so goddamn much. Another great thing about this movie is the orchestral score. Like, there's so much to talk about in this movie. And I will do a My Thoughts of episode about it eventually. I love this movie. Nani is hot. And goodbye. Number 10. Rocky 4. Oh yeah, but the reason I'm not showing the title card is because for some reason YouTube Movies has rated Rocky 4 18, when in reality it's literally rated PG. Like, the actual goddamn movie, which I have on DVD, is rated PG. I'm not gonna get it out because buttery hands, but still. Anyways, movie. I love this movie. The reason why I love this crazy ass movie over the first two powerful movies, Rocky movies, is for one reason only. It's the most entertainingly wild movie I've ever seen. Yeah, sure, it's not the best because it's still. I feel like it's a bit too short, and maybe they could have added a bit more few dramatic elements. There weren't that many, which is why I might think the director's cut might be superior, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really decide on that. But anyways, I think that this movie is absolutely powerful in just how silly and over the top it is. Like, this series went from a young boxer in a small Philadelphia, fighting a big name boxer to him fighting a super Soviet fighter. And he basically gives a speech at the end, and that basically somehow ends the freaking Cold War. Like, what the hell? This is more over the top than the Blues Brothers, which we will get to. I will, mind you. Anyways, great score, great characters, over the top music, editing, performances, script, directing, all around. This is the most over the top sports movie I've ever seen, and I love it so goddamn much. Number 9. Lilo and Stitch 2. Yeah, I can't really find a trailer for this movie anywhere, so I'm just stuck with clips. But yeah, I love this movie even more than the first somehow. Because, yeah, sure, the animation quality is lower, but it has the same harsh spirit and cynical charisma as the original. Stitch, the friendship between Lilo and Stitch is really heartwarming, and the way Stitch's backstory is built in this is really great. And plus the ending, I really love the heartwarming ending and the end credits song, which is a nice callback to the original uh film, one of the original film songs. I just there's a lot of spoiler stuff in this franchise I don't want to spoil, but yeah, I love this movie so goddamn much, so unbelievably brilliant. There's one thing I had to complain about. I guess it would be that Dave and his attempts at trying a form a relationship with Nani is kinda boring and kind of slows down or just stops the plot entirely sometimes. Also, I love how the movie shows a clip from the movie Them, which is a Warner Brothers movie. And as you guys know, I love Warner Brothers a lot. Number 8. War Games. Goddamn War Games. Holy Christ. I feel like this might actually be the first big computer movie that isn't, making computers seem like fantastical things. Actually, scratch that. This is called a science fiction movie on Wikipedia. So, actually, scratch that. This isn't the first, but it is the first that I would say is an amazing film because goddamn, is this an amazing film? It is an amazing film. I've already mentioned that this is an amazing film, but of course it is. Of course it is. It's an amazing film. Amazing film. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whew, okay. So, where do I begin with this film? It's really exciting. Obviously, it has a really unique plot about the Cold War, and it's actually the best Cold War movie because we don't get a lot of those around now, do we? No, we do not. So I really love the fact that that the kid is literally pulled in by the government and is questioned, and then somehow they let this smart ass kid get away from the government, the U.S. government, who are known for capturing them and probably never giving them away ever again. Yeah, that's my only complaint is that the people working the the U.S. government are really incompetent and stupid. These people have never heard what a simulation is, and sometimes they use simulations to train them into doing jobs like this. That is a very big nitpick, but like I don't really care. It's a great film. It's one of the few Matthew Broderick movies I would consider to be good. Smokey and the Bandit. I know I didn't put this in my original best list, but that was because I was a complete idiot back then. I'm just kidding. I'm never an idiot. I'm always a smart person. But, yeah, I didn't really know what to do with my list back then, so I just put random stuff in it without giving it a second thought. But I've given this 10 thoughts, and I know that this is one of the few movies that I'll give a 10 out of 10 rating to. Oh yeah, wait, did I forget to mention this is number 7? Lucky number 7. It's a lucky ass movie with lots of great actors, great atmosphere, great music, absolute great chase sequences. I love that it really embraces like Southern America because this is a very Southern movie. I mean, it took me a while to realize that that the thing on the main character's car's license plate is literally the Confederate flag. Like that is how I've grown as a person to know what the flag on this license plate actually is. It's literally the flag of a thing in America that everyone wants to forget, except for those old white people that think that whites are the best. Which, if you think that's, then you are a racist. I think that everyone is equal no matter what race, gender, or background they come from. Anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, good movies. This movie is very good. I love the performances, the cartridges, the music, the emotion, the characters. Everything about this movie is really good. Somehow it was rated PG. Up. Fucking Up. Number 6 is Up. I probably should have said that number 6 is Up, but number 6 is Up. Number 6 is Up. Up is a number 6. 6 is up. Up is 6. Like, oh my god. Like, oh my bejeebus. What do I say about this movie that no one else has ever said before? Like, oh my. Holy Christ, this is so depressing. This is some of the most depressing scenes I've ever seen in any animated film, except for the one that's coming up on this list. Don't worry, we will get to that. But yeah, I love this movie, and you probably know why. Great animation, great characters, a really thrilling ending, and a great score by Michael Giacchino. He even won Best Original Score on the Oscars for this. Screw the Oscars, because they didn't give the movie Best Picture. It was nominated but didn't win. I almost dropped my phone, which would have stopped the recording, and that I wasted 15 minutes of my entire life on this video. So, what, like, oh my god. This movie is so depressing in some scenes. People say that it just peaked in the first 10 minutes and then never again, but there's so many scenes that I would consider as good as the first 10 minutes and the end, because it's so emotional. Number 5. Who framed Roger Rabbit? I don't know. You tell me. This is one of the most ingenious animated movies and live action movies I've ever seen. It has a brilliant combination of live action and animation, especially in so many scenes. Like that one I just showed you right there. All the actors give great performances, especially Bob Hoskins and Christopher Lloyd. It's directed by the guy that made Back to the Future and Romancing the Stone and so many other great movies. And oh my god, it's just so good. So great. Like, it's so unbelievably amazing. Like, I know that sometimes the cropping of the animation isn't really that good, but I don't care. It's just a downright great movie with brilliant acting, memorable characters, a great twist of the villain. It's not very obvious that he's the villain, but I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, so great. I love this movie so goddamn much. It's such a technical and storytelling landmark in cinema. Yeah, sure, and it actually did change cinema a lot. It really showed how to do live action animation hybrids right. Also, somehow this movie got a massive, delightful, really nice PG rating with it, having a lot of sexual content and it containing words like jackass, hell, damn, and even the B word. That's nice to know. Number 4, Rain Man. This is such an emotional powerhouse of a film. And not only is it really relatable to me, as the main character has autism and I'm autistic. Yeah, sure, it's not the most accurate depiction, as the character in the movie is mega smart and I'm just really smart. Not like ultra smart to the point of remembering literally everything in existence. But I just really love this movie. It's a really respectful depiction, and even when it's not accurate, it's done with a lot of respect to the autistic community and other people with autism as well. Not only that, it has also very memorable characters, really amazing story, brilliant directing, really fast paced editing, and a kick ass score, while also somber score by Hans Zimmer. I don't know what to say about this movie. I just love it. Okay, so the next few are going to be ties, but I'm putting them as one number. So number 3 is a tie between the first SpongeBob movie and the third SpongeBob movie. Starting with the first, like, do I even need to explain why this is one of the best animated movies and movies ever created? You can talk to anyone who's seen the show and they'll say the exact same thing. It's nostalgic, it's hilarious, it's heartwarming, it has amazing animation, it's hysterical, it has a great musical number, it's silly, it has guest stars, it has everything you ever want in a movie based on a TV show. Like, what can I say? Nothing. I can't say anything about this movie that no one else in the entire existence has ever said. But you'll get more varying responses on the third one, which I also consider to be one of the best animated movies and movies I've ever seen, on the same level as the first. A lot of people consider this just a cheap sellout for the new series Camp Coral, as it is in CGI, and there are a lot of scenes that dedicated to that brand new series. But I feel like it has a lot more going for it than the second one. Now, don't get me wrong, the second one is still a really great movie, but I wouldn't call it a masterpiece like the third one or the first one, because this film has beautiful animation. It really recaptures the beauty of Bikini Bottom in CGI. Plus, it's also really hysterical. It was directed and written by Tim Hill. You know, the guy, one of the developers of SpongeBob, but left because he wanted to pursue a film career. That didn't really go well. This is the same guy who directed Garfield 2, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Hop, and Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. Yippee yippee doodle donkle. But thankfully, he revived his career by making this movie, and actually getting all of the original cast back, plus guest stars as well. Really good guest stars. I don't know what to say about this movie. It has great songs. I really like how insane it is in some places. Like this is SpongeBob says crap in this one. That just baffles me, and I find it so hilarious. But yeah, which one would I consider better? The first, damn it, the first one, or the first one, sorry, or the third one? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Okay, so for numero 2, it's another tie between Holes and The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. Starting with Holes, released in 2003, it's such a bizarre ass movie. I just have to laugh at everything in it. The performances are insane, especially by Jon Voight and Sigourney Weaver. The directing is incredibly crazy. The editing is baffling, and I should not like this movie because of just how weird it is. But sometimes weird equals genius, and this movie is in the genius category. I love how sometimes risque it gets. Keep in mind, this is a Disney movie, and there's like words like crap or jackass in here, and people murdering each other, or no, not murdering each other. A woman in the West murdering people and then kissing them on the cheek. Yeah, I have read the book. The book is my favorite novel of all time. If you wanna learn more about why I love this movie, then watch my review of it and my thoughts of. I'm not gonna link it because like if I link, then I'll link all my favorite movies videos down there. But yeah, I love this movie. And then moving on to this movie, beautiful animation, really heartbreaking story, and the characters are just so endearing. This is such a beautiful swan song by Isao Takahata, who sadly passed away in 2018. He's the guy who directed Pom Poko, Grave the Fireflies, Only Yesterday, My Neighbors the Yamadas. He will among other movies not made by Ghibli. He will definitely be missed for how much of a great director he really was. But yeah, these two movies are great, but which one would I consider better? I actually consider Tale of Princess Kaguya a tiny bit better, but these two movies are on the exact same level. Weird ass neo western, and Japanese beautiful Japanese art book looking tale of of discovery and heartbreak. And do I even need to introduce this movie? I might as well skip the intro. The other time I did this in this video were just because I'm really dumb. But the number one best movie of all time is Big Shock. It's the Blues Brothers. What other movie would it actually be? This is the craziest and most insane, illogical, nonsensical movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and I absolutely adore it for every single reason. The songs are catchy, memorable, and really choreographed amazingly as hell. There's all the actors look like they're having a ball dancing to all these songs. The comedy is raunchy, unique, and definitely very of the 80s. It's a very 80s movie, and it was literally released in 1980 when the decade began. Also, I love how the N-word is used in the scene. That's very, yeah. I love how embracing it is towards African American culture. It's very interesting to see. The action is absolutely hysterical. There's so many scenes that pretty much break the laws of physics, and I love how insane it gets. Probably because this is based on an SNL sketch, and SNL is very known for being very out there sometimes. And so this is a very out there movie. I don't even know what to say about this movie that I haven't said before. It's very fast paced. It's brilliant editing. The songs are amazing. The performances are amazing. The action is intense but also nonsensical. This movie will leave you laughing in hysterics. And those are my top 15 best movies of all time. I know this video may seem a bit long, but trust me when I say it's the exact same length as my next video.